I'm back. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Doing It with DeWitt. Sunday night, wonderful night. I missed the last two Sundays. I do apologize. Life happens, right? And things happen. Life happens. I just couldn't make it, but I am back now, starting again. We're trying something new tonight, as I'd mentioned earlier in the chat. I'm trying, well, number one, welcome to a YouTube stream. It seems to be rare these days. But I am dual streaming to my Twitch channel just to see. I don't know how it'll go. Apparently Twitch doesn't like when you do that. Well, too bad, Twitch. I'm doing it. So, but we'll see what happens. Anyways, I don't know whether Twitch chat shows up on here. Anyways, I don't know how all that works, but the chat I'm going to be focusing on is YouTube. So anybody that is there watching me on Twitch, I apologize if I ignore your comments because I can only watch one chat at a time. That's one downfall of dual streaming and streaming on two different platforms, but I thought I'd try it. It's not going to hurt anything. And if you want to see me, come on over. If you want to chat with me or on Twitch, just open up another browser window and just go to DeWitt 3D Canada on YouTube and you can chat away in here. So let's see who's with me early tonight again. We have David Wilson. You were there real early, David. And non-fam is here. Stephen Poole is here. The Apprentice. Milan, 3D printing newbie. Kieran, hello, Kieran. Andrew Osmond, good evening. Tempest Mirandai, hello. And Brendan Wilson, yo. And Ben Stanley, hey, Ben. And you have post a YouTube link on Twitch. Oh, you've posted a YouTube link on Twitch. Thank you so much, Karen. I appreciate that. Stephen L, hey, Gary T. We don't need no Twitch. No, we don't. I'm trying it. What I'm trying to do is keep my tutorials, my upgrades, everything on YouTube on my regular Sunday night show. I'm going to just start doing Hangouts, and when I'm home, just frigging around at night with my whatever I'm frigging around with, then I'll stream to Twitch. But I want to keep my YouTube basically sort of professional, if you call this professional. But Rex Waldy is on. Hello, Wex. And Old Curmudgeon. Hello. So I got kind of called out on my last stream. People said, one comment on my YouTube video that said, I love your content. I like the concept of the Ender 2 upgrades, but didn't really like the banter and chit chat and other things that happened in it, and didn't like the fact that I didn't have my cameras all set up and prepared and ready to go. Well, welcome to live streaming. That happens. Like tonight, I am using, I've got an app that I can use my iPhone as a close-up camera so you can get better details on some of the stuff I'm doing. I'm going to be switching to this, and there may be a little bit of moving around. I try not to keep the screen on while I'm moving the camera around. So if that happens, I apologize, but I try and keep it on another stream until I get the camera in place. Sometimes I'm not able to do that. I go to OBS, I stick it into studio mode, and I fiddle it. But you know, sometimes that happens. So it's all good. So anyways, we're going to continue tonight where we kind of left off a few weeks back. What we did last time was, and I'll switch to this guy here. Last time on the Ender 3 V2, oops, that just kind of falls down real easy. We upgraded the feeder to an all-metal dual gear aluminum feeder. We switched out the cheap white tube to some Capricorn Bowden tubing here, or Capricorn tubing, whatever you want to call it, to the blue stuff, to the good stuff. You, iPhone, you're going back on Twitch. See you, Gary. No. But the quality of this thing is amazing. You'll see when I go to do it. We also added the yellow springs, which you can't see in this picture, but the yellow springs are under there. We added the aluminum, red aluminum wheels for the leveling, and with the springs tightened and everything. I'm assuming this thing's still going to be level from 2 weeks ago because I haven't touched it or used it. And so those are the updates we kind of did last week. We also played around with that other screen, the Creality pad, and saw that the Creality pad does work on here. This screen does not have to be disconnected. This screen can be on and running while the Creality pad is running. And the pad was running without the filament detector in it. Whether I could print with it without the filament detector is another thing. I don't know. How did I make this print? Oh, good. Glad you asked. This print here, I printed this print on another there's a special level in hell reserved for fruit mobile devices. Well, it's a good thing I don't consider apple a fruit. I consider apples a vegetable. That's my defense, and I'm sticking to it. This here, the design of this thing was not mine. I'm going to give full credit to Matt. Everybody in here knows Matt. He wins all the contests. Matt designed this for me, sent me the STL file, and I printed it on my Ender 3 V2 at my office. And I love this. This is, it turned out great. I mean, I love the fact he designed it. You can even see, if it focuses, even the little eyes turned out on this print. It was pretty cool. So I'm not sure what software he used to create that, but it was pretty cool. I thought it was a nice little gesture that he did, that he made that and sent it to me. So go on and check out Matt's other stuff. He's been doing this sort of thing for a few different company logos and stuff. So I was really happy he did that for me. So that's awesome. Let's go talk. Let's see what's going on. I just upgraded my Ender 3 V2 last week. Thanks for the first video. Very informative. Well, I'm glad you like that, Tempest Miranda. Thank you so much. I'm hoping some people get some things out of my videos anyways. As I say, there's critics out there that don't like the way I do things, but you know, if you're familiar with my streaming, you know that I learn as I go. Tonight, I'm going to upgrade the firmware on this. We're going to upgrade the firmware, and we're going to calibrate E-steps, because I haven't calibrated E-steps since we put that new feeder on, and that's one thing we have to do when we change the feeder. So we're going to do that, and I'm not 100% sure where I'm going to get the firmware. Anyways, I'm going to figure it out as I go, and I'm going to reach out, and some people out there know a little more than me about firmware, because there's a couple different places I can get the firmware. So we'll see what happens. HC, hello HC. You're saying, what's the reason for the aluminum wheels? Just strictly, I know you're speaking about these aluminum wheels. No, nothing. Aesthetics. I just find these are nicer to turn. I like the red because they kind of match the red in the feeder. So it wasn't a necessary thing to do, but I just happened to get the packages where I got a bunch of springs and it came with some aluminum wheels. So I had bought a bunch of those, and I just like the look and the feel of these better. There's no way they're never going to crack, they're never going to chip or anything like that. It's just personal preference, but they weren't necessary. So 5 watching in Twitch now. Thank you so much, Karen. But for those of you watching on Twitch, again, I'm monitoring. I just don't have the facilities or the people to monitor double chats. But I appreciate you being on Twitch. But if you want to chat, just pop open a second browser window, open up the YouTube channel, and you can chat on YouTube. So that's great. The wheels are ribbed for my... Yeah, I guess they are. They're ribbed really well. But again, as I say, with those springs, you can't move these wheels too easy. You have to actually want to move those wheels. So this bed won't go at a level very easy at all. But that's a lot to do with, if I squeeze under there, that's a lot to do with those yellow springs right there that I put on this on our first video. So, yeah. So what else is going on here? Firmware was the best thing you did. Wish you can remember where you got it. Well, I've got a couple things, so let's get into it here then a little bit. So first of all, again, as far as cameras go, right now I have a few cameras set up. The one you're seeing is my close-up view. I have this camera, which is my main camera right here. I have a second camera, which kind of looks across over to my desktop, okay? So you can kind of get a whole view of the studio here. I have an overhead camera, but I'm not using it tonight. The overhead camera is focused on my rat rig, which is doing a print right now for me. Okay, and I have a floor split view. That screen in the top left you're seeing there is the iPhone, which isn't hooked up yet, but I'll hook that up when I need to here because I don't want to drain my battery too much. And then of course, we have my displays. So there's my third display with my clipper running with that print on it right now. There's my first display, which is my screen I'm looking at right now, and my second display, which I'm monitoring the chat with, okay, right now. But on this second display, I'm going to pull up, and we'll get into it. So there's a couple resources for firmware I found for the Ender 3 V2. Currently, and let me here. So those are obviously the Creality firmware updates. I'm going to go to this camera. We're going to fire up the iPhone. I know you fruit haters. Okay, get over it. And let's just go down here, and we're going to have a peek at the firmware we have on there now. So if I switch over to this view, you'll see right now that the firmware that's on this printer right now is version 1.0.2. Is that focused? There we go. Oh, maybe that's not focused. Focus where I tell you to focus. So we have 1.0.2, and it's the Creality factory firmware that's on there. So if we go over to this screen here and look, so right there, factory firmware, version 1.0.2, Marlin 2.0.1, with the board, the 4.22 board. It is the 4.22 board I have in this. The only real update that I see to this going from 1.0.2 is up here to 1.2.1, but they've added a filament detector. I don't have a filament detector on this. I don't know if I use this firmware, if it's going to require me to use the filament detector. Let's check chat again here. Hey, Mika Steve, you're here. Good. Thanks for popping in. Jerry, hello, Jerry. Thank you so much for being here. We have 27 people watching. Awesome. That's great. I thought at least people are getting back into watching YouTube the odd time, so that's great. And Superconductor, welcome, welcome. I'll come back on and check, but I got to switch to this screen again. So then I was told, and I've heard about this other firmware called Jersey UI or Jersey something. So I went on to GitHub, and I found this Jersey's firmware, version 201 major fixes. And apparently this is really good firmware. A few of you out there, I believe, a few weeks ago mentioned using this Jersey firmware. So I went here, and I may just do this because look at all the different versions of the firmware we have here. I would probably be looking down here around this one right here, which is the Ender 3 V2 default version 4.22 board, which is what I've got. I don't have the 427 on this one, and that's version 2.01. So unless somebody tells me otherwise in chat, this is the one I think I'll just go ahead and download and upgrade today, is this guy right here. Because up here, that's a 4.27, and then we got, then these ones are BL Touch, and I don't have a BL Touch at the moment. And then below here, we have manual mesh. No, and I don't really want a manual mesh. I know manual mesh can work okay, but I just level the 5 points on my bed as it is. So I think we will go with this one. Let me check the chat and see if anybody has any other thoughts. Let's see. No, we're good. Jersey's firmware is now part of Marlin mainline. Oh, is it? Okay, cool. Yeah, okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So let me minimize chat here just for a moment. I'm going to go on. I'm still rather... what is it called? Wet behind the ears, green behind the ears, whatever you want to call it, with the GitHub. So I'm hoping I'm going to do this right. So I want this 422. So if I click on that one, oh, that just downloads. Oh, that was easy. Because I know sometimes in GitHub you have to download a whole package and stuff. So, okay, well, we downloaded that. So let's bring the chat back up. There we go. So let's go back to the main screen. Let's minimize so you can see, kind of see my desktop here for a moment. Nothing confidential on there, I don't believe. And let's go to my downloads. Okay, and there is the bin file right there. There we go. Now, from what I understand, let me bring my window back up here again. Oh, this camera. So from what I understand as well, hey, Jeff Hutchins from Abbey, BC. Welcome, neighbor. You're my neighbor to the left. So the bin file, I need to get my SD card, which I don't have an SD card in there. Did I leave the SD card in that? I might have. I think I left the SD card in the pad when we were doing this pad a few weeks ago. Yes, I did leave the SD card in there. And one thing I hate about the pad is I need to use some tweezers in order to get that SD card out. There we go. Just because it's it sinks in too far. Anyways, that's the pad. Maybe we'll look at the pad again later. We'll try it on a different printer while we're running a test print on this. We'll see. Okay, so we're going to put this in our reader. Where did I put my reader? Right here. Okay. Now, actually, I'm going to try something. Let me know if this is too loud, guys. Throw in some music on the stream. I know that StreamYard now has a music portion to it, background music, but I have my own I prepared for tonight, so I'm going to try that and see how that works out. I just need you guys to tell me, number one, if you can hear it, And number 2 if it's too loud or too quiet. Let me know. So let's get that bin file on the SD card. Oh, it's perfect. Good. Thanks, Jerry. Dr. Z's does dual streaming and somehow has chat set up to show both. Something third-party reposit. Oh, repost ends. Okay. Hey, Robert 954. Okay, I will. I'll look into that if I'm going to dual stream. We'll see. I may not do this again. I just wanted to try it and see if it was going to work. Just again to get some. HC says too loud. Somebody says sounds good here. I've got more sounds good here. I can come down a little bit. There, I went down a little bit. Okay, let me get that. Bin file on my card. And my reader is not being recognized. Why not? There we go. Come on. Awesome. Okay, there's my USB drive E. I think I'm going to. I have a lot of stuff. I'm going to try a different card. I want a blank card, a card that I can put just that bin file on for flashing it. Okay, let me try. Oh, I have so many cards here. Oh, there we are. Okay, I wasn't sure. I'm going to switch to this camera here just so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing on the desktop here. So let's put this card in, see what comes up here. I have a lot of cards and I don't really know what's on them half the time. And apparently this one isn't even reading. There we go. Okay. This one I can format. Okay. Format complete. Okay, and we'll drag this bin file over. There we go, and we'll eject the card. Okay. And we'll go back up here. Yeah, thanks, Jerry. Everybody smash that like button, subscribe, and share. I do have Super Chat set up. Anything helps and goes right into the channel. And again, my friends over on Twitch that are watching, I apologize. I just haven't figured out a way to monitor the chat yet. Although I guess I could open. Let me just go here. I guess I could open a Twitch window and just keep an eye on it. Now I've got 2 cards down here. I don't know which one I just did. That's what I get for not paying attention. Yeah. Okay. There we go. And I have, yeah. There we go. So I think it was this one. Let's just see. So I'm going to power off the printer. Let's switch over to the iPhone camera here. Let's power the printer off. There we go. And we'll throw this SD card in and see if this is actually the right one. I had 2 SD cards in front of me, so I have a 50-50 shot that this is the right one. I shouldn't have to rename the file from bin, I don't believe. And this is doing really nothing. Some of you jumped over from Twitch. Hey, Robert, 954, thank you. So either that's the wrong card or I do have to turn down the music levels. Is that any better? Okay, so nothing's happening with that card. Maybe I grabbed the wrong card here. But I'm pretty sure I should be able to flash a bin card on this to flash the firmware. Let's try this one. Either that or I just bricked my computer, my 3D printer. Nothing's coming up on the screen. Okay, good. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. Is it firmware.bin? Does it have to be called firmware.bin in order to flash it? Let me change the name to it of it then. Firmware.bin. Okay, let me put that back on the card. See, as I say, I don't know everything. So that's why you guys are out there, to correct me when I'm wrong, and I learn as I go. It's been so long since I've updated firmware on outside of Clipper, so I'm kind of not 100% knowing what I'm doing. Okay, let's eject. Have I tried turning it off and on again? Yes. Okay, we have firmware.bin on this card that I'm putting in the printer now. And let's power the printer back on, see what happens here. Hopefully we get something this time. Second, nothing yet. Blank screen right now. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah, that looks like updated firmware for sure, because that whole bottom section is new. So let's go over. Let's go look at info. Okay, we do have Jersey UI 2.01. So it successfully flashed the firmware. Look at that. Marlin at marlinfirmware.org. Yep, it's definitely worked. Awesome, and it was that simple. Maybe I was just, obviously had to rename it to firmware. So there we go. Let's go back. Let's check out what else under these menus. So we have temperature, motion, visual. Some of these new things, display off. Why would I do that? LCD brightness. Oh, look at that. We can control the brightness of the LCD now. Some new stuff here. What else can we do? Progress as, I don't know what that is. Progress as, don't know what that is. Well, read about that. User interface color settings. Oh, so we can change the colors. Highlight box, default white, green, cyan. Oh, let's go cyan just for fun. Oh, cool. So you can change the colors on some stuff here. Oh, magenta's nice. See that? That's pretty cool. Okay, what else? Let's go back and see cursor default. So we can have white, green cursor. I like that. That is cool. Menu split line. Red. Okay, this is pretty cool. Display off LCD brightness. Let's go back. So we have visual, we have host settings. Action commands. So it looks like we can customize actions. Okay, so it looks like we have a little keyboard down here. We can go in and customize actions with G-code or something. Okay, how do I get back out of that? I want to get back out. There we go. We'll play with that after. Then we have advanced LCD beeper on or off, bed screw, inset. Okay, a lot of new things on here. Reset defaults now to flush any residue info. Okay, and Tempest Miranda says Jersey update is awesome. Well, so far I'm liking what I'm seeing with this Jersey UI. Load length of filament, so I can tell how long I want to load. So I generally load 50 millimeters when I load my filament. Unload length, I'll do 25, I suppose. Minimum extrusion temperature 180. I go to 190. I use a little higher temperature filament. Look at that filament sensor. I don't have runout distance. Power loss recovery. Yeah, we'll turn power loss recovery on. Okay, hopefully everybody can see what I'm doing here. Tried to get this camera at as good an angle as I could. And what do you mean? I know what I'm doing here. Store settings. Look at that. And then we have motion, home offsets, maximum speed, maximum acceleration, maximum jerk, steps per millimeter. We're going to go in and do the extruder here soon. Let's go back. Let's see what else we have under the temperature menu, the hot end, bed, fan. We can PID tune right from here. That is cool. We'll do that. Warm up. Hot end temperature warm up. I go to 170. Bed, I'm going to warm right up to 60. There we go. What else do we have? That's it for in here under temperature. Back, and then under prepare, homing, manual leveling, Z offset, cool down, host actions. Okay, this is pretty cool. So you can do some pretty interesting stuff with this. Gyres, not Jersey. Was it gyres? Let me have a quick peek here. Hang on. This is too funny. Let me have a peek. Maybe I just said it wrong. I just said Jersey. You're right. It's gyres. I just called it Jersey. So yeah, gyres is correct. Yeah. You know, when you read something and you read it fast and you just think it's jerseys. Anyways, yeah, you're right. Gyres is the correct term. So there we go. Oh, what do I know though, right? There we go. It's the Canadian version. Yeah, David Wilson, that's right. Mika Steve, it's the Canadian version. We pronounce that jerseys here. Jersey. Oh, too funny. Let me take a beverage. Okay, so I think that's, again, being new to this, I mean, wow, this is incredible. So why don't I, just while I'm on here, why don't I go back and do some PID tuning then? What's under the print menu? Oh, nothing, just standard print menu. Was that under advanced, no, I just have to remember where I find everything. Temperature, PID. Let's PID tune the hot end just for fun. Auto tune. I'm going to PID tune it to a temperature of 210. Those are the stored settings. And then let's go auto tune. Okay, so let's auto tune. Let's do a PID auto tune on that while it's going. So, wow, that's nice that that's right in the menu and we don't have to go to whatever that other software is outside of it to do the PID tuning. That's good. Oh, this camera. I like this. The colors are a little different too between this one. A little bit different. That's a Sony camera, and this is a Panasonic type lens on it. So, yeah. So we'll let PID tune. What I'll do is I'll bring in another screen so you guys can see that happening. So let me add the iPhone to this. And I know it's a bad word and I shouldn't say it. Let me add the other camera to this view and we'll go down like this. So you guys can watch that as it PID tunes. There we go. How's that? Hopefully everybody's happy with that. So there we go. So we'll let that PID tune, and then when that's done, I won't bother with the bed right now, just for a matter of time. It can be boring watching this stuff. It should only take about 5 or 10 minutes to PID tune this. In the meantime, I will. I want to find a model to print a test print. After it PID tunes, I'm going to do the E-steps. I'm going to calibrate the E-steps because I haven't done that since I put that new feeder on. You meant gyres. It's a Canadian in me as well. You meant gyres. Okay. Jersey, gyres. When it starts with a J and ends with an S, you can pretty much, only a few things that'll go in there. So we'll do the E-steps after this is done PID tuning, and then I'm going to find, I want to print a little spaceship guy. Is there a link for my Twitch channel? I can find you a link. Twitch TV. I can put it right in here in the comments and here and paste Twitch TV /DWIT3D. Pretty simple, pretty easy. There we go. Yeah. Oh, it looks like there's 6 people watching me on Twitch. Awesome. Oh, I'm sorry, Astro and whoever else is on Twitch watching me. I have disabled the games. I didn't know if the games would end up showing on the... They shouldn't end up showing on the YouTube stream, should they? Let's just see. While we're waiting for this to PID tune the hot end, let's bring the drop up to the top. And whoa, I got a notification here, and I appreciate that. Let's see, what's that notification? Somebody who's just starting to follow me. Thank you so much. WolfPup67, appreciate the follow. Thank you so much. Yeah, try the drop now, Liam, or whoever's over on my Twitch channel. See if the drop works. I want to see if it actually shows up on the YouTube channel. I don't think it should, but again, I'm new to this dual streaming stuff. Andrew Osmond said, got an Ender 3 S1 having issues with Z offset, just killed your PEI flex plate. Oh, that sucks. And scratched my sheet. Have any tips or solutions? Basically, oh, it's okay. It is showing up on the YouTube stream. Okay. It's showing up on both streams. I don't want that on my ending video, so that's why I disabled it. I apologize, gentlemen and folks, but we have to disable that for this particular one for now. I hope nobody hates me for it, but it did show up on the YouTube stream. So somehow, and I think because it's all being fed through the StreamYard to both, and because it is sort of a OBS feature. Yeah, because it's an OBS feature, it's actually streaming to both, so we have to kind of take that out. Okay. Oh, thanks so much, Brendan. Appreciate it. Yeah, I saw that, OC. It's on YouTube, so. Okay, so we finished the PID tuning. Let's go back to this guy here. Okay, PID tuning is finished. And it entered the new values for me, which is really cool. Okay, so we're gonna go back, and let's heat the extruder up. We'll control temperature, hot end. Oops, I went a little too far. And let's heat the hot end up and feed some filament through here to do the PID, to the E-step calibration. We'll go to 210. What do I have on here? Okay, here we go. A couple of weirdos flew across my screen. I know, I saw that, Mika Steve. Okay, let's get some filament. Let me let that heat up. I don't think I want to do these steps with carbon fiber PET G, so we're going to put that away. And I'll just use, I must have some PLA here somewhere. There we go. We got some first layer gray PLA. Brand new roll of first layer gray PLA. Let's get rid of this window here so we can concentrate on what we are doing. Phone, we're going to move you down underneath. There we go. Again, the camera work I do on the fly, so it is what it is. So once this hot end heats up, and we're almost there at 192, turn this around a little bit, and I will give you guys a good view of what I'm doing here with this cool iPhone camera, maybe. Here, let's see. Focus. Right there, you can see the hole, filament hole right there. A couple of weirdos. Oh yeah, and then kettle pot and black. Aha. Okay, let's get the filament off the spool here. Matter 3D PLA gray is what I'm using. Performance PLA. filament up here. Get in the hole. Straighten it out a bit. There we go. Okay, let me extrude a little bit here just to make sure we're flowing good. Motion. We'll move the extruder. Let's just move it about 25. Just to make sure we're getting plastic out, and we are. Remember, this is a DeWitt stream. There will be blood is always his secondary stream title. That cut from last time healed up pretty good. So we have filament coming out. Let me just spit out a little bit more. There we go. I just like to make sure it's flowing good and everything before I start this. Bundling up a little bit at the hot end here. You guys want to see me burn myself just for fun since it is my... No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that on purpose. Burns or cuts. You guys are so right. Okay. So we have filament flow. I'm going to test out a new little tool I made. Let's go back up here. So I made myself this new little tool here. I think some of you have seen it. I printed it. Let's see if I can get this in focus here. So basically, every notch represents 5 millimeters. I did check it for accuracy, and it is extremely accurate. And then you'll notice I've got a little down notch on the 100 and a little down notch on the 120. And as I say, every notch represents 5 millimeters, and there's a little groove in the top that the filament sets in nicely. So I go to my end where it sets 10. And what I'm going to do, once I get the focus back up here, is I'm going to set that right against, okay, right against the opening of the extruder, just like that. But what I really should have done first, so I'll have to do this again. So that's just sitting right here against the opening to where the filament's going in. I need to get my Sharpie first. And of course, I pick a dark filament to do this with, so hopefully a red Sharpie is going to show up on this. So again, put that right up against the feeder, or against the entrance to the filament on the feeder there, okay? And then now I know I can go here. That's my 100 millimeter mark. And that's my 120 millimeter mark right there, okay? And then now, I'll go to my screen. Whoop, see, camera placed all over the place. People would hate me for this, but hey, too bad. Too bad, so sad. Here, let's just give you a better view of this. Whoops, see? That's what the people don't like, is when I screw the cameras up, but hey, it's all good. So now I'm gonna extrude 100, focus, there we go. Go all the way up. Oh, that's a little too far. 100 millimeters of filament. 10 and extrude. Come on, focus. There we go. See, what I should do is just get this set. Go over this camera while I get this set up a little bit so you guys don't get too dizzy. And back to this one. Okay, so we're going to extrude 100 millimeters. Thing is, it's not auto-focusing on the, I don't know, it says focus locked. How do I unlock the focus? Focus locked, focusing. Anyways, I have to tap it to focus for some reason. Haters gonna hate. Yeah, that's right, OC. I don't mind that. So there we go, extruding 100. Let's focus on that. rather than the hot end. Let's focus on the spaghetti I'm making. Look at that. That is nice spaghetti. And we are done. And I just look until I'm done because I don't see the gear up here. I don't see the gear up here turning anymore. So I know it's done extruding what it thinks is 100. Okay. Now I simply go back here and I can tell right away by whoop. I don't know how well you can see that, but I can see right here. That's my 100 mark and that's my 120 mark. So I'm going to put my little gauge on again. Okay. So now I want to get you guys a look at this right there. So I can see where my 100 mark is, and my 100 mark is at the 35, I'd say 34 millimeter mark. Okay, so 100 minus 34. Let's do some basic math here. 100 minus 34 should be 67, right? So it extruded 67 millimeters. 67 is what it extruded, and I asked it to extrude 100. Now I have rerun, can't be that far off. It is that far off. It's a new feeder. So we'll see. I could rerun it, but why can't it be that far off? I went from a dual gear, a single gear, the cheap extruder, to a dual gear extruder. The dual gear is probably pushing the filament through, I don't know, slower. Who knows? But yeah, I've seen them that far off before. So it's 67. It's 34, 66. Okay, yeah, you want to be technical. You guys, 66, 67. Okay, this is Canada though. We're 30% less. I'm just kidding. Okay, I do have, and I wonder if I have it here. Let me check on the computer. I do have an E-step calculator. There we go. I'm going to open this up. I did a spreadsheet, and I think everybody's probably seen this, done it, whatever. If I make this window larger here, and let me open this back up. So over here on my display too, I have an E-step calculator. So target extrusion was 100. Actual measurement was 60. See, the last time I used this is it did 65. Actual measured was 66. And current E-steps. Okay, so I need to know the current E-steps. So I'm going to go in here. And again, sorry for all the jumbling around with the camera. And yeah, I'm a Canadian. I say sorry a lot. So deal with it. So let's go back to this camera. So we're going to go, oh, look at all that reflection here. Focus. So we're going to go back, and I believe it was in control, motion, steps per millimeter. So my current E-steps are 93, right there, okay? So current E-steps are 93, so I'm going to change this to 93. Tab. So my new E-step should be 140.9. That does sound high, but we're going to test it. Okay. So I'm going to just go back into this screen. It sounds high, but I'm going to test it. You know, if trial and error, what the heck? I know everybody's going to say, no, that's way too high, and it may be. So 140.9. 140.9. Okay, back. Okay, let's come back to this camera. Good evening, Jersey Hack. How are you? Check new firmware, maybe inbuilt. Yes. Canadian math explains it. Of course. Yeah. Oh, dual. Yeah, and it is dual, so it's a little different, Stephen. Yeah. Okay, so let's go back. We're gonna mark this again. Okay, I'm not gonna do the close-up. You guys saw how I did it last time. I'm just gonna take my little, well, wash off these two marks that are on there. I can't, but it's okay. These are gonna be the farther away ones. So I'm going to take my little homemade gauge, and we're gonna mark 100. and 120. Makes it so much easier than trying to stick a tape measure or something flimsy on there. I kind of like this. This is working good. And I printed a couple black ones as well for when I'm working with lighter filaments. So, okay, so now we're going to prepare. We're going to move, extruder, and we're going to move it 100 again. $99.100 and extrude. Okay, here we go. Let's see what we're doing. And let's get this other camera out here for you guys too. There we go. You can kind of see the filament extruding there. It's wanting to focus on the background there. There we go. So we're pushing 100 out now. Oops, I lost my chat. Where's my chat? There's my chat. Oh! I just, by mistake, realized that I can, okay, I'm going to close this chat window. I can see on my StreamYard window, I can see chat from both streams, from Twitch and from YouTube. It has the little icon showing me which is YouTube, which is Twitch. Okay, so I can see both chats. Very cool. Okay, cool. My music stopped. There it goes. Again, let me know if that's too loud, everybody. All right, we have 11 on Twitch and we have 19 on YouTube. So thanks, everybody. I appreciate that. So 29. Oh, okay. And StreamYard shows my total viewers from both streams. No music playing. You might not be able to hear it. How's that? Should be a little bit of music. I can hear a little bit here. Okay, according to this, I've extruded 100 millimeters. Let's have a look. Let's come back up here and have a look here. And whoa, it looks like it's right on. But we're going to throw the gauge on here anyways. And that is okay. So if you look, hopefully you can see this close up here somehow. Sorry about that. Right there, that red dot, which is my 120 millimeter dot, is exactly on 20 millimeters. So that was a perfect. That worked exactly as it should. So there we go. E-steps calibrated. E-steps are calibrated. I am going to trust the level so much. You're at 139 for E-steps with the dual gear, so it makes sense. Yes, there we go. So that worked out well. I mean, it would have been way off had I not adjusted those E-steps and just switched that feeder and printed. I would have been totally under extruding. So I'm going to heat the bed up now. Prepare. Nope. I always get that mix. Control temperature. Bed. We'll go up to 60. No, not that fast. I like how fast this counts my numbers for me too. 60. Hot end. We're going to keep warmed at 210. And let's find something to print. I want to print something quick, just to see how it's going to look. I'm not even going to re-level the bed. I'm going to trust from my 3 weeks ago. I'm going to trust that these knobs have not moved and that my bed is still as level as it could be. And we'll go from there. Do I have an STL for my gauge? I do. I haven't posted it yet, but I will. It's at my office on my office computer. But it's it's a quick little print. It took me, I don't know, 15 minutes to whip up in Fusion 360, and it works like a charm. It was that quick. But I'll remind me, Andrew Osmond, or if you want to email me, dwit3dcanada@gmail.com. When I get to the office tomorrow, I will email you the STL. I haven't put it up on any of the sites yet, Thingiverse or any of that yet. So I'll probably end up putting it up on prusaprinters.org is what I'll do. You're going to print a hollow cube to measure wall thickness and to set flow percentage? Yeah, why not? Yeah, why not? Let me find a hollow cube. Matter of fact, I'll tell you what I'll do. Since it's going along, and we're not doing a whole much more than this, and then just doing some testing and calibrating. I love the new firmware. Oh my goodness. I'm going to be updating all my Ender 3s to that, Ender 3 V2s to that firmware. Let's do a 10 millimeter or 20 millimeter. I don't know. Let's just see what we do here. Hang on 1 second, folks. Can I pull this window over yet? No, I can't. There we go. Come on. I know. Okay, close. Fair enough. Sorry, I'm just trying to open another window here. There we go. Okay. And again, live streaming. It is what it is. You're on gyres right now. If there's a better one, please let me know. Yeah, this is great. Who has cubes? Oh, somebody put a link here. Where did it? I just saw it. Kieran Clark. Kieran put a link. Let's see. Why can't I click that link? Oh, because I've got to go to this window and click the link. Okay, now I can't find the link. Oh, man. Oh, you probably put it over here. Oh, teaching text, okay. Yeah, but where's the link to the file, to the cube? There's the cube STL right there. Okay, let me download it, and then what does he say? I'll just download this and slice this up. Give me one moment here, guys. Let me open my... I'm just a little bit all over the place with screens here. But hey, that's okay. There's the cube STL on my desktop. Let's open Prusa Slicer. Okay. Okay, so let's bring Prusa Slicer over here. When you're working with 3 monitors, sometimes, and you're not used to it, it can get a little confusing, but that's okay. You guys understand, I'm sure. There we go. New comments. Okay, print in raise mode, no top or bottom layers. Yep. Okay, so I now have this on my screen. There we go. We have this in Prusa Slicer. I'm going to look at teaching text. He says infill density 0, solid template, solid fill, top solid layer 0, 0.4. Extrusion width of 0.4. So let's go to my print settings here. Actually, do I have the right printer set up on here? No, I don't. Ender 3 V2. I'm using generic PLA. And we're going to do a 0.2 normal, I believe. Anyway, so let's go to my print settings. Extrusion width 0.4. 1 shell, primary extruder flow rate 100%, spiral vase mode. Okay. I should be able to do that. Spiral vase mode, 1 perimeter. Yes, I know, 1 perimeter. Infill 0%. The thing about Prusa Slicers, once you tell it spiral vase, it pretty much sets everything else you need for you. I just have to go in here, and I have to be a monitor, and I have to hide user from the channel. There we go. Because I don't want that on there, and we're going to remove that post. There we go. Look at that. Just like that. I think I have a few moderators on here. But there we go. Do I have I moderate? Do I have some moderators on here? I think I do. Yeah. 2 walls not in vase mode should be 0.8 millimeter. Do whichever you want. Okay. Since I got this started, we'll just do it. Let me check my wall thickness here. So 1 perimeter. I'm running a 0.4 nozzle. Should be a 0.4 thickness. 0 top layers. Bottom, I'll just do 3 layers on the bottom. It's going to be small and quick. Reported spam. Awesome. Yeah, and I deleted it. Block user. I'm going to block that user anyway. So there we go. An error occurred. Try refreshing. Oh, because I already blocked the user already. So Tactile 3D Picture. How are you? I'm dual streaming here. Thank you for joining me on Twitch. So no top and bottom layers. No bottom layers. Okay. No bottom layers? Are you sure? Oh, I think I would want a bottom layer, because otherwise it's just going to probably. Yeah, he has a bottom layer on his, so let's do just a couple bottom layers. No bottom needed. Can I do one? Just because. I'm going to do a 2-loop skirt with about a 10mm distance because I have the room. And I only need that to be 1 height just so I can get the nozzle flowing. Yeah, bottom. I'm going to do 1 bottom layer. Yeah, one bottom layer. Okay, so we're good. We've got the plater here, and if I slice it, so yeah, look at that, and it's only going to be a 21 minute print. Huh, interesting. That's it. Okay, well, that should work. Let's do it and see. Let me export the G-code. Let me put my card in. Well, hello, Waylon. Puppy dog's down here. Let me export the G-code to the card. And there we go. And it's going to be called cube 21mm, blah, blah, blah. Save. Eject. Okay. Thank you so much, Hutch Spacemaker. Hutch Makerspace. Hutch's Makerspace. Thank you so much for following. Okay, we'll put the card in. Actually, let me give the bed a quick wipe. Might have a little bit of residue from something. Let me just give the bed a quick wipe here. It's warm. Don't you love the smell of warm 99% IPA in the morning? Don't run fast. I have this is running pretty slow, hence the 21 minutes it's going to take. I think this will be okay. The speed I've got this going on is 40 millimeters. Yeah, so it's not going fast at all. Should be okay. Okay. Get. I have a puppy dog here. And let's print the cube. And I'll get ready on the tuning just because I'm pretty sure it's going to be level enough, but we'll see. Here we go. Here, I'll get this camera in so you guys can watch this with me. Close up. Here we go. Oh, I think that's going to be perfect. Yeah. I got to check my startup G code because at Holmes it lowers the temperature to 160 and then it parks the head and then it's going to let the temperature heat up a bit. Okay. And we're just heating up the hot end again to 210. It just cools down to prevent these blobs. And I have a barking dog upstairs. I don't think you can hear him on this microphone I'm on though. And plus the music is good. Hopefully that music's not too loud. Let me know, anybody, if that's too loud. Let's see what happens here. So we're getting ready to print. I'm just one of those guys that likes to clean the blob off his nozzle. Don't always, because I'm not always at the printer. I don't do it on the rat rig, because I print the rat rig from the computer and it's way over there. So let me check this Z height, make sure it should be perfect. There we go. We have filament. And that's not bad. Go down a little bit. Go down 0.04. I think that's fine. There we go. Get you guys in there to see that. Hey, Tim Jackson. Hello, welcome. Thank you for coming in. Yeah. Perfect. Good. Glad the music's good everywhere. So I'm just going to move this around, try and give you guys a good view of this. First layer. Love this build plate. This is a BQ flexible build plate. One of my favorites. Very thin build plate, which I like. Heats up fast. And I believe that first layer is looking really nice. So I think we got our Z offset set just perfect here. So love this firmware. Hey, Mika Steve. Hey, Maria. Hello, Maria. My lovely Maria's on. Everybody show Maria some love. My Twitch channel is twitch.tv/dwit3d. I'll post it again here. It's probably still in my... yeah, there it is. It was still in my clipboard. There it is. Awesome. I appreciate everybody watching on Twitch and on YouTube. Thank you for coming out. If you're on Twitch and you haven't followed me, please give me a follow. I would appreciate it. And if you're on YouTube and you're not subscribed to me, please subscribe to me. And I'll continue to create content like this. I'm really, really happy with the way tonight's stream is going. Everything seems to be working out okay. And I'm not making too many people seasick with the camera. We've got some background music playing. So, first layer is awesome. Oh, it is. If I can get in there closer. It's hard to see on a small cube like this, but yeah, well, maybe this one's better. Well, there we go. There's a good view right there. That first layer is great. Now we're going to do vase mode for the balance of this sucker. Oh, that firmware. Wow, that is incredible. That Gyres firmware. I'm glad whoever mentioned it to me. Thank you very much. So, hello, Maria Webster at Dwit3D Canada. She who must be obeyed. Kieran, stop that. Don't give her ideas. Stop giving her ideas. Hit that like button. Thanks so much, Tim. Oh, there's another Tim. That's why somebody said hi, Tim. And I'm thinking they already said hi to me, but okay. It's another Tim. Awesome. Yeah, the Gyres firmware. I'm upgrading all my Ender 3 V2s. I have 3 of them. I'm upgrading them all to that firmware. That's amazing. And it was simple. It was so simple. This is cool. I'm glad. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Robbie NC954, watching on both streams. Awesome. And I know you're following, and I know you're subscribed on YouTube. So much appreciated. Much appreciated. I feel so much better today than I did the last few weeks. I don't know, coming into the new year, it was just, you get a cloud in your head, and just things just are like, ugh. But things are happening now, and I'm quite happy. And yeah, I'm doing really well now. So we're going to continue doing some good streams and hopefully give you guys some good content, making it worthwhile watching. Okay, Chris Travis, thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. Does Gyres firmware work on the other Ender 3s? It might. Let me see. I don't know. The one I downloaded was all for Ender 3 V2. Let me see what I can find here. So we have, let me go back one step. So gyres firmware, Ender 3 V2. I don't know. Let me Google it and see. While this is printing, let me have a look and see. Oh, it's limited to E3 V2. Bardicus says, huh. Not sure though. Oh yeah, the prettiness of the screen. My goodness. The fact that I can switch colors and yeah, you can actually switch your colors of the different features on the screen. I don't think this is going to take 20 minutes to print, although it might. The walls are looking great so far. The camera, that's funny, it looks like there's lines going across the walls, but that's just the camera right there. Camera kind of. I wonder if the, actually, let me try it on this one. Hold on, there we go. I'm gonna move this one over. Right over to this side. There we go. Let's see if I can get it to look, if this camera will. Oh, I can't go any lower with this. Let's see. Can I focus there? Come on, focus. Oh, that's too close, maybe. Okay. Oh, there we go. This one, so if I switch over to this, might be a bit shaky, I'm hand holding it, but that gives you a good idea of how nice that looks. Those walls are looking great. I can't, if I go to 2x zoom, let's see. There we go. Sorry, it's shaky, I'm holding it in my hand and, you know, not that I'm nervous, but the walls look great. I'm gonna go back to that one. Oh, thank you for that camera view. I'm trying to improve my camera work all the time here. But let me see if I can get this one as a good one. Doesn't want to focus when I'm that close. Okay, how's this? Now I got it sitting on the desk. Let's move this one out of the way. Don't spill your drink while you're doing it, Tim. There we go. Back a little bit more. There we go. Smidge of linear advance in the corners. Maybe. I want to eventually focus a little better. Focus a little better for me. I want to eventually maybe clipperize one of my Ender 3 V2s. We'll see. Yeah, I heard you tell from that angle. The corners don't look too bad, actually. If I look at them close, oh, maybe, no, it's not bad. We'll see how they look. I like this, I really don't know how this is going to affect the battery, but I like this view from this camera. So that view you're looking at right there is my iPhone streaming to OBS. Ah, you have that on your V2 Jersey Hack? Yeah. I was going to do the firmware update tonight, and I remember somebody mentioned that gyres hack, and man, it works good. Plug it into the wall. Yeah, I could do that. I have cables galore. Hey, Epps Corner Office. Welcome to my stream. Welcome to my Twitch. I'm double streaming. I'm also streaming on YouTube. And I don't think you're following me on Twitch. And if you're not, just give me a follow. Follows are free and subscriptions to YouTube are free too, folks. Here we go. Oh, you are awesome. I appreciate that, Dennis. Much appreciated. This cube is looking pretty decent. Let's see how it measures out. Yeah, I'm a little bit, yeah, I want to put Clipper on one of my Ender 3 V2s, but I'm a little bit, not hesitant, but I need to learn a bit more, because number one, can I use the main board that's on the Ender 3 V2, the 4.22 board? Number two, if I can, how do I hook my Raspberry Pi to that board? I do have an Octopus board, but that's going to be a little bit of an overkill for an Ender 3 V2, I think. But then again, what do I know? So, I like the music. I've got this little earbud in thing, and I really like the music. Hey, I should have myself on this. Well, I didn't have this camera on this scene. So let me add a camera to this scene. We'll do the ELP camera. Boom, and we'll make it smaller so you guys can still see the print going on here. There we go. That way you can keep an eye on who's making all this chatty noise. You know, there we go. But yeah, so you can see right here, there's the phone filming the close-up of the print going on. It's working really well. So yeah, I want to clipperize one of these, but I need to know. I have to do a little bit of research in it and see what I need. I have a couple Raspberry Pis, which is fine. I have I pretty much have everything I need, I think. I'm just not sure about hooking the Raspberry Pi up to the factory 422 board. So, oh, okay, thanks, OC. Appreciate that. Clipper all things, I know. Well, since I did the rat rig, I mean, my goodness. Oh, my print's finished, by the way, so if you look, my print is all finished. Woohoo! What is that, everybody's asking? Well, I can leave that for all you guys to guess, but anyways. Let me go get it off the printer. There you go. Maria knows what this is, because this was a special request from Maria. She knows exactly what this is for. And it's working good. It's one of those practical prints. One of those practical prints that you do. I whipped this up in Fusion 360 in what, 2 minutes, if that? You're looking at 2 rectangles and extrusion. Boom, done. So this, a FlowCal cube. Nope. Nope. This little guy is... Okay, we have a sectional couch, and the sectional couch keeps getting pushed into the wall. You know, we have Ethan who jumps and plays in the couch, and the couch gets pushed into the wall. We like it out a little bit from the wall. So this goes on the floor, behind the leg of the couch, beside the leg of the couch, and this keeps the couch this far out from the walls, so the couch doesn't bang into the walls. So I've got one for one side of the sectional, the same thing mirrored on the other side of the sectional. Oh, you mean the print on the V2? Yes, it's a calibration cube, a FlowCal, a wall thickness. It's just the overall calibration cube, so I can check everything out. It's the one from. See, I'm having a brain fart. I just downloaded it from Teaching Tech. Yeah, so this is just to keep the couch out from the wall. So I'm going to run another one of these in mirror mode for the other side, and then for the corner of the sectional, where it goes into the wall, they'll be both this width. So it'll be this width on both sides. So it'll sit in the corner of that wall. Boom, or something like that. I got to think about that. Yeah, in the corner of the wall. So the leg will just sort of pop in here, and they can't push it into the wall. So yeah, again, a practical 3D print. Yeah, I could have made this out of wood, but why not? Why, when you can make it out of about $1 worth of plastic, would I go buy wood and cut it and blah blah blah? So yeah. So since this is done, I shall start another one. Here, let me show everybody, just because this cube is still printing. If I go to display 3, I love Clipper. This is a Clipper running on the main sail platform. So that last print is just finished, but there's the print right there. So I can just go to my G-code file, and I can go here and start the print again. Boom. I got a view of the print. The only thing I haven't got is a camera hooked up to this yet. So, and this is about a 4-hour print, I think it took. So not bad at all. There we go. But this is not a Clipper stream. This is not a rat rig stream. How thick did you make the perimeters? 0.4. There should be 0.4. You received your LED Orbiter V2 and have been using it for a couple of weeks. Very nice. Oh, wow. Awesome. Good. I think everybody should have received their prizes from my giveaway by now. Oh, thick. Oh, I'm sorry. How thick did I make the wall on that? Those were, it was 0.2 layers, and the walls, I did 3 walls. 3 walls? I think I did 3 walls on that OC. So, yeah. So we're speaking 1.2. I generally do 3 walls on everything, depending on what it is, just to get the strength. Sometimes 4, very rarely 2. So, yeah, I just realized that, Kieran. Yeah, on the spacer, 3 walls, and 10% infill, Tim, on that. Believe it or not, 10% was fine. I found 20 was just too overkill. Yeah, this is 10%, and it's solid. It's light. I mean, it took very little filament. And it's solid. I can't bend that at all. It's solid. Yeah. I did, the bottom layer turned out great on it. But in the top, I did 5 top layers just because I did such a small infill. So I did an extra top layer. You spent the one you got. Oh, good. Awesome. Oh, that's awesome, Bardicus. Glad to hear that. Yeah, I think one of the last ones they just received their filament last Friday. The poor guy in Brazil that won 3 rolls of yellow PLA, we had a nightmare to get that stuff to Brazil, but he got it. So, yeah, 4 or 6 to handle the impact. That's a good point. But this is, it's pretty solid on here. It's going to be okay, unless he jumps majorly hard against the wall. This should be okay. So we'll see. But I got tons of filament, and I can always run it again if need be. But yeah, worked out well. Kieran, the couch print, yeah. Little bit of a delay in chat, I know, and I'm trying to keep up with everything here. Is it possible to get that set up on an Ender printer with Clipper? I don't see why not. I don't see why not. I'm gonna eventually Clipperize one of my Enders. I just have to figure out the mainboard thing, if I can throw a Raspberry Pi. I think I can throw a Raspberry Pi on them. I don't know how that all works. The rat rig is the first time I ever used Clipper, and I had the proper board for it. So you got your poly roll from Loyal Moses last week. File name is still missing in action, but you've chatted, so no worries. Ah, cool. And Bardicus, yeah, this just says PLA. This little couch thing is just PLA. Yeah, that's all I need. I can't even bend it, even with 10% in. 5% infill, or no, 10. I don't know what I used, but I didn't use 20. I think I used 10. But yeah, it can't even crush it. It's pretty strong. It's going to do the job extremely well. Both your Enders are clippered. Cool. And Ben, did you use? Is it just with the factory boards in them too? And then you just added the Raspberry Pi? Yeah, 3D printing joy. I will definitely stream when I do it, but I got to do a bit of research first, because that's the type of stuff I want to research first, because I don't want to be on a live stream going, So, just about anything and a Pi. Cool. From what I understood, and my first time using, again, my first time building that rat rig, is that I've got my Raspberry Pi plugged directly into the main board on that, which is the, oh gosh, I'm just, it's too much on my mind right now, but the main board I have on that clipper, on that, it's the Big Tree Tech SKR, the SKR board, and it plugs the Pi Mini, the Pi 0.1, the version 2 Pi is plugged right into that, so. Yeah, that is a tall cube. I think it's almost done. We are at, oh, is it telling me my, oh, if I go back, we have 6 minutes left. I'll just let it run 6 minutes to finish it. Yeah. Love the display on this thing. It's cool. Where's my calipers? Let's get these guys out and ready. Make sure these are zeroed. There we go. Look at that. It wasn't even 6 minutes. It's finished. Okay, let's come back to this camera. There we go. Let's pull this off. I'll let that cool off a little bit first. Although with this bed, just done. Done. Okay, so we got our cube. So let's get this under the close-up camera here. Oh wow, the walls look great. Okay, here, let me try and here, let me see, maybe I can do it in front of this one. Put this back to 1. Let me make sure I can focus on this. If it's not going to focus, I'll use the other camera. Okay. Okay, I think we can see it on this. Okay, let's just see. So there's the one wall. Okay, the walls look pretty decent. Let's just see if we focus. Okay. And the bottom, yeah, I did one layer on the bottom, so of course, look how transparent that is. Nice layer, but transparent. Probably could have lowered my Z a little bit too. So, but the walls on this look pretty decent. So let's measure. What app am I using for the phone cam? Printer Prawn. Welcome. You're new to my channel too. Please subscribe. I will. Oh, it's much better in person because the camera sort of. I don't know, the lighting, and you can see the little banding or whatever happens on the camera that causes that. But this is excellent in person. It's really good. I know, Astra. I'm getting to it. I'm getting to it. I got the calipers. I got the calipers right here, man. Just give me a second. Printer Prawn. I will mention that the app in a minute. I forget the name of it. Let's turn these on. Okay. They're zeroed. These are not, it says, it says 0.4, and I can slide it right up and down, 0.4. Okay. This wall. These aren't really, let me grab another set of calipers. These calipers are jumping straight from 0.4. These are the cheaper calipers. Off. I've got a second pair here. 1 second here. Let's try these ones. These are a little higher quality caliper. Okay, they are zeroed, or in millimeters and zeroed. .47, 0.45, 0.44, 0.45. Cube itself, 2992. I'm assuming it's supposed to be 30 millimeters. 2981. height 2722, 2723. So again, I don't know. So the walls, so we're 0.05 millimeters too thick, and I can probably, again, I don't know what should that, how close should that be? So here we go. So 0.25 or 0.05 millimeters. So man, it looks good though. Yeah, other than, as I say, the bottom, I could have had that a little closer on the bottom for the one layer, but again, I'm not complaining. The walls look phenomenal, and the corners are actually really good. So it's pretty decent. Try to get 0.8 for two walls. Okay, 0.8. So I'm at 0.45 for the most part, so I'm 0.05, little thick on the walls. So I need to calculate the extrusion multiplier. Of course, after you're going to get me, and you're going to give me math to do. What do I need to do to calculate the extrusion multiplier? Yeah. The corners I'm happy with. I'm not worried about that at all. And there's no ghosting that I can see. So that's actually pretty good too. 0.4 or a 0.2. It was a 0.2 layer height. Oh, 0.4 or 0.2. What are we talking? It is 0.0. So the wall thickness is 0.4, 0.45, 0.46, 0.44, 0.45. I did one perimeter only, yes. A vase mode. It's done in vase mode. Oh, Stephen is using a tolerance. Oh, I see, okay. Plus or minus 0.02. Okay, so I am 0.02 too thick. So how do I go about... Oh, wow, look at the bottom of this bulge. Squirrel moment, look at that. Ooh, it's trying to escape. Ooh. So if I want to thin those walls out, then I'm going to adjust my extrusion multiplier. The calculator is on Michael's page. Okay. I think I lost that link. Let me go back and just see this. Where was that link? There we go. Okay, there's the link. Okay, so let's look at the calculator. Okay, so, oh, there is an actual calculator, previous flow rate. Okay, what's my flow rate? Let me check. I've never actually, don't think I've ever adjusted my flow rate on one of these type of printers before. Am I going to get my flow rate? Now, this is a dumb question. Is my flow rate in my, is that in my slicer? It's a little different than when I do it in Clipper, but I think it is in my slicer. Let me find it. Let me find flow rate in here. In Prusa Slicer. Maybe under my filament settings. No, maybe not under my filament settings. Density cost. I know where flow rate is in Simplify 3D, but I haven't used Simplify 3D in forever. Oh, extrusion multiplier 1. Okay, there we go. So 0.9, I found it. So yeah, rate, yeah. Extrusion multiplier rate here is set to 1. So you're thinking maybe go down. Okay, so let's see. So if I go to his calculator, let me bring this over here. Here's the Teaching Tech calculator. So my previous flurry is 100 right now. Target wall thickness was 0.4. My measured wall thickness, let's average it at 0.45. Let's calculate. Boom. Previous flow rate, so measured wall thickness 0.45. New flow rate should be 88.89. Okay, so in other words, I'm going to change my 1 to 0.8889. I believe. 88.89. So we change this to 0.8889. I believe that's my mathematical skills going. You use Prusa slicer, so you use the right side calc. There was a right side calc. Let me look. Simplify the Prusa slicer. Yeah, I did. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. I see where you're going here. I didn't realize that. Calculate 0.89, which is what I basically did. Yeah, it's a decimal thing, right? 0.8889. Okay, 0.89. I think 0.8889 is pretty close to 0.89, but yeah. Okay, I see. I didn't realize the one on the right was for two different slicers, but no, not 88.9. In Prusa, it's 1, which represents 100. 0.89, which represents 88.9. 80, yeah. So, yeah, I can shorten the model height for sure. I'll just not let it print the whole way. Yeah, that's okay, Mika Steve. Yeah, I use Prusa Slicer and Super Slicer for the most part right now. I still have Simplify 3D and I use it the odd time, but I've just getting so used to Prusa Slicer. But I've never really adjusted my extrusion multiplier before. I've never really had any issues with prints. But hey, if we're doing a tutorial and we're fine tuning the prints, then why not? So let's reslice that. Let's get my card out here. Let's reslice that. Yeah, we'll lower the height of the model for sure. We don't need to print the whole thing. Okay, let me get my card in the reader. What are we saying here, Karen? Reason why that GitHub SI created standard slicers, not just one with, yeah, makes sense. Simplify 3 is going to have an update in 2028. Yeah, I'd bet on that one, David. Okay, perfect. Okay, Kieran, I understand that. Yeah, Kira does 5. Prusa only recognizes 2 decimal places. Ah, okay. That's why. Okay, so 0.89 is, yeah, okay. Okay, let's go to the plater. Let's, I'll just slice it. I'm not going to bother shrinking it down right now. I'll just stop the prints. I'll just stop the print sooner. So, okay, let's slice it. Let's save it to the card. And we're going to call this cube. Rename this cube 0.89. And we'll save it. There we go. Eject, close, minimize. So many Wilsons into printing. Darren Wilson. Okay. Let's pop it in. Let's print it again. Finish print cube 0.89, and we're going. We had a going. Whoops. Don't drop your iPhone, Tim. I know some of you out there are going, yay, break that phone. Get into a Samsung. Let's put the calipers away here. And we'll get this, once this starts printing, we'll sort of get this camera focused on it. So it's going pretty good. I think it's going pretty good. So yeah, I've done the flow calibration in the rat rig and the clipper, but I've honestly never done it on any of my other 3D printers. So see you, old curmudgeon. Take care. Thank you so much for being here. So that's good. Yeah, I agree, David Wilson. I purchased it when I first started because it was the first one I thought, and I thought, well, you purchase something versus a free something, you're going to get more features in a purchase model versus free. Little did I know back then the history of some of the slicers, and that's back when it was when Prusa Slicer was still Slick R2 or Slick SR or whatever they were called, and Cura was very confusing to me. And what I found with Simplify 3D was that the user interface, I loved the way it was laid out. It was simple. It was just, hence Simplify 3D, but it was very simple to use. So. But as I got to know a little bit more, I'm getting used to these other slicers. But I've yet to get used to Cura. I'm not a fan of the whole drop-down thing and looking for stuff. But anyways, that's just me. That's just me. Super Slicer I use for my rat rig because they had a profile for it for me. So somebody had created a profile. So I use Super Slicer. Super Slicer can be overwhelming. So a lot of times I turn off expert mode and I turn on intermediate mode just to keep things simple until I get more used to these things. And I've yet to create my own printer profiles. I want to get into that eventually one day too. So yeah, Super Slicer is quite cool. It's Prusa Slicer on steroids for sure. It's got a lot of nice features to it. So, and it's been good to me so far. Okay, we are warming up. Oh, we started printing. Okay, let's switch over to this guy. See if we can get a good. I'm going to lower my Z a little bit. Oh, it remembered my last one, so I'll lower it about another 0.3, 0.2. Let's get the zoom on this guy going. There we go. And are we going to focus this time? Yeah, maybe. The camera's shaking a little bit here, so. There it is. Oh, I gotta look up that. Who was asking? Let's see. Who asked about the app for the camera? What I'll do real quick here is I'll switch over to this one. Oops, wrong one. Sorry. Close up. Switch over to this one for a second. Just let me scroll back up. Who was asking about my app for the iPhone camera? I've lost it. Sorry. Anyways, whoever was asking, I'm going to look it up right now. So on the iPhone, pop this off. The app is called. Oh, let me go here. It's called EPOCCAM. So if you look on the top of my screen there, EPOCCAM. I think it was like a $2.59 or $3.59. It was under $5 Canadian, the app. They have a free version as well. I went ahead and just bought the app so I didn't have to have any upgrades or whatever. But yeah, that's it there, EPOCCAM. And you just look for it in the App Store and see, yeah. You're going to have to reboot your computer. So you'll download a driver for your computer, Mac or PC. You'll download the app on your phone. You'll have to reboot your computer for it to connect. Yeah, and it just worked. It was perfect. And it's pretty simple to go through, and you just have to give it access to your camera, give it access to your microphone or your camera, microphone, if you want to use your phone to for audio. So, okay, that music is stopped. Let me go to the music that now is available in StreamYard and see how this looks. Let's do dance pop. Let's see. Can we hear anything? I don't hear it. No, let's do this one. I don't want to blow anybody's ears out. Okay, again, let me know if that's too loud, too low. Okay, and back to this camera view. Yeah, so this app for the iPhone, and I'm sure there's some for Samsung as well. It gives me 2x zoom, 1x zoom, and 0.5 wide, so it utilizes lenses on the camera. Works quite well, actually. I'm pleased with it. And yeah, as OC said earlier, I can always plug my phone in if I'm worried about the battery drain, but so far it's only used, I mean, maybe a quarter of my battery. The batteries on these iPhone 13s are pretty decent, so. So we'll get this one, we'll print this calibration cube. We'll go about halfway up, enough to give it a good measurement. And then we'll measure it up and see how it goes. And then we'll call it a night, because we're almost at our 2 hours. But it's been a pretty decent, I just realized I didn't straighten my bed out on the, I didn't straighten my build plate out on there. Oh well, it's working, it's fine. It's not hitting anything. I just realized that I did that, yeah. So I find with the also printer prawn, I find with the 2x zoom, you got to back it up a little bit in order to focus. It won't focus super close, and I've got to read a bit more on it. I have to actually touch the screen to focus. I kind of hope I can figure out that it actually has an autofocus mode on it, which it probably does. I just haven't really played with it a lot yet. What's this button here do? Oh, that turns the camera around. Uses my front camera. There we go. And that, then you can also turn your light on by using the flash button there. So yeah, it's pretty cool. There goes the first layer on the rat rig on that second one I'm printing on that thing. Hey John, how are you? Thank you so much for popping in. We got the let me see, sorry, I just got a squirrel moment here. We got the Ender 3 V2 going. I upgraded, thank goodness somebody mentioned it a while ago, and I kind of remembered it tonight. Up the Geysers version of the firmware on the Ender 3 V2, and boy, it's really, really good firmware. It allows me to, the screen, it's got a whole lot more information available on the screen. As a matter of fact, I can adjust flow rate on screen right now too. So I could have adjusted flow rate last time as well without doing it in the slicer, but either or. But it lets me change the colors of the screen, of the different functions on the screen. It is really, really good. I'm definitely upgrading all of my Ender 3 V2s to that firmware. So as a matter of fact, I'll probably just do a video on that alone with one of my Ender 3 V2s, not a live one, but just a video that I can post onto the tubes. So yeah. And then we printed the first calibration cube from Teaching Tech, and we were a little bit thick on the walls, so we've adjusted the flow rate based on his calculation down to 0.89 for the flow rate. So yeah. And we'll print about half a cube here or so, just to see how we did with the new flow rate. I am dual streaming to the YouTubes and to the Twitches. You do not disappoint. A certain new machine smoked in your garage. You're kidding. Another one? Wow. Was not a Creality product. Oh, wow. Huh. What could it be? Would not have been a Focus product, I hope. Unless it was a laser burner and you were burning wood and it did smoke. Then that's legitimate smoke, legit smoke. So, yeah. I still have 8 people tuned in on Twitch. I appreciate that. And I have 16 tuning in on YouTube for a total of 24. Awesome, guys. Thank you. And I like the fact that StreamYard shows me both. I don't hear the music on StreamYard. Is the music not playing? Let me go back and check. Huh. I don't hear it. Let me try a different stream here. I'm not hearing a thing. Don't know if anybody's hearing music or not. Let's see. You hear music? Oh, okay, good. It's just low in my ear is all. If it's too loud, let me know. Please. It's a new feature. Watching Jerry's stream or somebody's stream yesterday or the day before, I think it was Jerry that pointed out that, hey, there's music in StreamYard now, so background music, so it's very cool. The fiber laser is fun. Yeah, that fiber laser looks awesome. Oh, okay, just low. Okay, sounds good. Okay, we'll let this go a little bit more. Again, the walls look great. I've got no ghosting happening on this thing. This printer's printing really well. It's a stock hot end. I'm eventually, I don't know if I'll touch the hot end. I think it's printing very well. So for those of you that weren't watching a few weeks ago, the updates that were done on this were the feeder. I went from their plastic feeder to the aluminum dual gear feeder. I switched the springs to the heavier duty. Oops, I think I just bumped my mic. I switched the springs to the heavy duty yellow springs. I've got red adjustment knobs, which is just a cosmetic thing. The knobs didn't do anything to improve the printer. I have a flexible bill plate on it. I switched the PTF, the tubing that was on it, the Bowden tubing, to the Capricorn tube. And today we upgraded the firmware and calibrated the E-steps, which were way off. Due to the dual gear extruder. And now we're just doing the calibration cube to figure out the flow control. So Franks and Beans, if you're a fan of Something About Mary, yes. Great movie. Excellent movie. Let's just say it shares the same issue. A live 5-volt plug, 110 volt power, a fried voltage. Oh, wow. More food to engrave. Have you seen the Creality Spider hot end? I just heard about that last week, and I looked at it a little bit. It looks interesting. It looks quite interesting. I haven't got one. I don't know if I will get one. I may buy one. I'll have to check and see what the price is. Let me have a look while this is running. Let me have a look and say Creality Spider hot end. Yeah, okay. $33 at AliExpress. High temperature. It's a 500 degree if I'm not mistaken. Um, 250 milli, yeah, 500 degrees. So throat tube, heat sink. And they definitely changed the nozzle style. They got a proper heating block, good, with a screw-in thermistor, good. Because you're not going to get 500 degrees with those little bulb thermistors. Interesting. Is it for sale on Creality Official? Let's see. Accessories. Extruder and nozzles. I don't see it for sale on their official site yet. Doesn't look like it. No. 33 bucks? Yeah, I don't know. It's cool looking. High temperature. Getting one next week? Cool. You have to let me know. You just pointed another troll to my live stream where I tested the 3D pad. Perfect. I mentioned at the beginning of the stream that we did 3 weeks ago, put that pad on this machine. It ran fine with the original display plugged in and running. It ran fine without the filament sensor plugged into it. Yeah, ran perfect. For those of you, speaking of that hot end, I'll eventually do a stream, and there's no rush at all in this, but I have a, I'll just pop to this camera for a minute while that cube's printing. I have this hot end here. This is a BQ, which I think the Big Tree Tech must be a part of this company, BQ. And this is a 500 degree high temperature hot end, water cooled. So this guy, here's the hot end. It's direct drive. It's nice and small. It's got a 7-to-1 torque motor, so it needs a small stepper motor. In the top of this here, we have a water input and output, and then we have the filament entrance here. Yeah, and there's the hot end here, and this is 500 degrees, but it's water cooled. So there's another part to it for the water cooling. So I think what I'll do eventually down the road is throw this guy on my rat rig, but I need to design a mount for it for the Eve. So, oh, you found it on Amazon. Okay, cool. I'm not going to pull out the water cooling system on it right now. It's on my shelf in the back there. So the idiot says, in the case of the artesian, blaming the tools. Of course. Of course. You found it on Amazon. Okay. Let me check Amazon Canada. Probably not. Spider. Let's just see. Spider. Come on. Stay. Spider hot end. No, it comes up with Spider-Man. Creality. Spider. Hot end. Still doesn't come up. Yeah, comes up with Fadius Dragon, which I have. I was going to put a Dragon on the Ender 3 V2, but I need to figure out the thermistor on that. But if I go to my Amazon.com account, let's see what they're charging for the Spider on here. There it is there, $49.99. So $49.99 US. After the whole kit and caboodle, if I buy it on there, it's going to cost me plus $15.50 shipping. Yeah, way too much. I'd rather buy it off of, that's expensive. I'd rather buy it off of Banggood or one of those guys and just wait for it. Yeah, it's a lot of money. $33 Canadian, I think it was, at one of those other places. Yeah, AliExpress, 33. Was that Canadian or US on AliExpress? Yeah, $34 Canadian on AliExpress. And $12 shipping Canadian, so 46 bucks. Yeah, I would buy it off AliExpress for 46 bucks. Hey, Lightspeed, how are you? Okay, I think we got enough of this cube, and we're getting close to my cutoff time of 8 o'clock. So let's go ahead and cancel this print. Stop, confirm, and we'll measure it. There we go. Okay, let's unlock disable the steppers so we can pull this out. And we will flex it. Oh. There we go. Okay. Put that back on there. Good job, Ender. Okay. I think actually maybe if I use this camera, let's just see. So this camera is going to focus real easy on this for me. So there's my walls again. The walls look really nice. That blob is just because I paused the print prematurely. Walls look good. I'll measure them. Okay, bottom layer. Single layer again, thin. Probably could have gone a little lower. It's not bad. It's not a bad bottom layer at all. But it's only one layer just to sort of hold the walls together. So let's get this little camera in the front here. Let's move this back to a single. And let's see if I've got, there we go. And we can zoom on this. Let's go back to the iPhone camera. Okay. Focus. There we go. Okay. Again, the camera doesn't do the walls justice because there's a little bit of aberrations going on in it. But let's get the calipers out. Measure it this time. See if we got 4 millimeters. See if we're closer. Okay. Calipers are zeroed. Okay. First wall. .42. Second wall. .41. Third wall. .4. Oops. Fourth wall. .41. Much better. These are much better. So 42, we're within, 42, 41, 43. Depends if I let, they're a little fussy. But basically what I do on this is I push, and if I lock them in pushed, then I zero it. And then when I measure, I make sure I lock them in and push. So we're 42, 41, 40, 41. So that made a difference just doing that little bit of flow adjustment. So we are within tolerance. Let me shut this camera off now. That used about half my phone's battery, just a couple hours of using this camera. Not bad. So we are within tolerance on that now, on the walls. Corners look great. So we have the flow control down on this. So yeah, so I think it was a successful stream. Where did I get these awesome calipers? These would have been from Amazon. I'm pretty sure these were Amazon. There's a brand name on them right there if you want to look it up. Okay, hang on. Let me use the other camera. It'll actually focus for you. Make me a liar. Focus. M-O-O-C-K. Mook. Yeah, M-O-O-C-K. And it's an IP54. Yeah, it's got a little conversion table on the back. Yeah, I like these calipers. They're pretty good, actually. Yeah. Let me see if I can look it up for you real quick. But no, I think I got them on Amazon. And if I can get them on Amazon in Canada, there's let me turn that off. There's no reason you can't get them on Amazon in the US. But M-O-O-C-K. Let me just look real quick. I don't have affiliate links with Amazon or anything, so. Mook digital caliper. There are all kinds of different ones with that name on them for some reason. I'll try and figure it out for next stream or something. But a lot of good digital calipers. But thing is, if you're paying $9.99 for a digital caliper versus $50 for a digital caliper, you're basically going to get what you pay for. So, oh, you found them? Okay, good. Yeah. I don't know what they were. I forget what I paid for them, but they work well. They got the 3 decimal places, et cetera, et cetera. 20 to 30 on Amazon. Yeah. Don't pay $9 or $7.99 or $8.99 for calipers, which I did at one time in my mistaken life with these ones, because what you're going to get, these ones were cheap when I first got them. They're carbon fiber. So it's a carbon fiber, which is fine. It's a carbon fiber composite caliper, but it only goes to 1 decimal place, and it just feels cheap. I mean, it might be accurate. It probably is accurate. Let me measure the width of this cube with it. Oh yeah, 29.8, 30 millimeters, 29.9, but which is accurate. So it's good enough. And if I do the wall, 0.4. 0.4, 0.4, 0.3, 0.3, 0.4, so it could be 0.39. So yeah, that it measures accurately, but only to 1 decimal place. So, I mean, it works, but it's not, depending on how accurate you want to get. So, and it's just obviously a cheaply made one, but it works. I mean, it depends how much tolerance you want on it. So if I squeeze it a little tighter, it'll go to 0.3. If I just let go, it goes to 0.5. But yeah, anyways, so yeah, you get what you pay for, really, is basically what I'm saying. But in a pinch, it works. Get it? Calipers pinch things to measure. So anyways. Okay, well, anyways, we've got this done. And really, visually, you can't really see a lot of difference in the wall thickness, but it makes a huge difference in the big model, and for sure. So we got this one going over here, doing well. So we accomplished what we wanted to do tonight. I'm going to think about what to do for next stream. I don't know if I'll continue on the Ender 3 V2. I may. There's a couple more things I'd like to do on this printer. I'd like to, but I hate. I may just bring one of my other ones home and play with it too, because I may look at putting a different hot end on it or something like that. This one is printing beautifully right now. I mean, these cube prints came out absolutely amazing for a single wall print. I'm happy with everything about this. So I may just leave this printer as is type thing. If it ain't broke, don't fix it type thing. And I have another Ender 3 V2 just sitting on the other side of this wall that I put a different hot end and a different fan shroud and everything on, but I'm not happy with it. And I may go revisit that next week, and we can talk about, you know, how we can update the hot end on them if you want to. But these are good printers right from the factory out of the box. At the minimum, what you want to do at the minimum, put the heavier springs on and go ahead and put an aluminum dual gear extruder feeder on it, and then Bob's your uncle, and everything will work fine on that. So, but that firmware, that Gyros firmware, it's going on all my printers, on all my Ender 3 V2s, and I've got to see if he's got other firmware, but really good. So, but that's it for tonight. Thank you everybody that's been on YouTube and on Twitch watching me. I appreciate it. I apologize again, being Canadian. I say I'm sorry a lot for being away the last 2 weeks, but life happens, and we're gonna hopefully move on and continue more regular Sunday evening streams. And I'll be on Twitch just for fun and just inviting people on the stream. And we're just going to do some Twitch stuff in between streams whenever I'm just tinkering around in the studio. So no matter what it is. So thanks so much everybody for watching. I appreciate all the comments. I appreciate all the feedback. Like and subscribe on YouTube if you haven't. Follow me on Twitch if you haven't. And guys, I'll be here next Sunday with another stream. Just watch out this week, and you'll know what it is. So, but until then, I want to thank everybody who's been here, and we'll catch all you guys next Sunday. Have a wonderful week. Take care for now. Bye-bye.